All right, happy Sunday. So on the bench in front of you, get that out of the way, you don't need to see that. You see a brand new, well not brand new, a new-ish Glock 22 Gen 4. Yesterday was range day for department qualification, and I came to two conclusions after an extended round count through this gun. One, the 40 caliber Glock does not have the issue of ejection problems that the 9mm does. This consistently ejected things probably somewhere in upstate New York. The second is it's been a long time since I've fired a factory configured full-size or compact Glock, and I do not enjoy Glock Knuckle. So, like the title of the video says, we're going to eliminate that Glock Knuckle. Let me get the camera turned around here and I will show you what we're going to do. Alright, so instead of turning it around, we're just going to stay this way for lighting purposes. All I'm going to do is bevel this area right here just a little bit. So if you see, it's flat, and it's the only little monkeying with this gun that I've done. If you see right here, it's fairly flat. There's not a whole lot of room for your finger. I am not going to get crazy and do an undercut on this. I have a full-size 1734 combo upstairs that has all the undercuts. And for a duty gun, I question the integrity of the polymer on the trigger guard if I cut that far into it. It's really comfortable to fool around with, but I don't know if I want to roll around with something that deeply undercut in my holster. Things like that, just day-to-day usage. I question the integrity. And yes, I know there are people that do it. But I also tend to wonder if they actually treat their Gucci undercuts the same way as they claim to. Anyway, I'm going to mark this off probably with a piece of tape right about there on that straight line, just so I know how far to go. And before you bust my balls about the Olights, there's a reason I have them. There's a reason I use them. I actually really like them. I'll do a video on that at another point in the future, and then you guys can chip my nuts about that and the 40 caliber. Anyway, let me get this marked off and I'll show you what's going to happen next. Okay, so you see basically how far I want to go with what I'm doing. All I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tip of, well, the edge of this. It's just a Dremel wheel, and before you bust my chops about that too, if you don't go bubble with a hacksaw on it, with the Dremel, you can actually get really nice results. So steady hand and slow work will make this just what I'm looking for. When I'm done with that, I will probably clean it up with some 600 grit sandpaper just to knock the edges off and any swirl marks out of it. I'm not going for super duper pretty, as you can see, just by the stipples in between the finger grooves. Like I said, I wasn't going ham on this. This is a daily user, not a show winner. I'll get it done and I'll tell you what else is all done to this particular firearm as far as a duty package goes. So let me shut the camera off and get to work here. Okay, so after going at it with the sanding drum for a little bit, like I said, nothing drastic, just slow work right in there. A couple little touches, light touches. Same there. There's probably a raccoon at my sliding glass door. That's all I was looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some sandpaper and I'm just going to clean this up, knock the edges off it, and I'll show you what I come up with. And we're done. All smoothed out nicely. Yeah, there might be a few lines in there. I'm not overly concerned with that. It's opened up just enough, smoothed out just enough that it is extremely functional. Doesn't need to be fashionable. There's other places for that. I smoothed out this area up here just because I don't like the way the polymer nubs feel on my thumb. Back here on the web of my hand, the same over here, just to make it even. So let me throw this back together and show you what we've got. All that, and you're still not going to have to look at my face. How lucky can you be? All right, so all put together, you can see that there's a little bit of a raise in the undercut there. Same over there. It allows me to get my hand up in there nicely without the squared off edge of that grinding into my knuckle during high round count shoots. And when I shoot, I generally shoot a high round count. And it works the same way if I were to go with the left hand, right? It gives me just enough room that it's not going to give me the old Glock Knuckle, and everything works right. So that being said, the only things that I have done to this other than shoot it and carry it are, as you can see, or maybe you can't, I don't know. There we go. Ameriglow Pro Dots that I will probably swap out for XS F8s. Polish the snot out of the internals because it's free and easy. It makes for such a nice trigger. A couple of hundred more rounds will take care of that. If you look, I don't know if you can tell from looking at it, but there's an extended takedown lever, just because every time I use the standard one, I leave my fingernails in it and have to fight with the tool to get it down, or with the lever to get it down. And last but not least, hasn't been done yet, but it needs to be ordered, is the extended mag release, because I just don't like this. I don't. I like to be able to reach it with my thumb without breaking my grip, and that's just my personal preference. So I'll probably end up going with either a Glock factory extended or a Hive, and that's it. Nothing glamorous, nothing glitzy. I bought this to be a duty gun beater, end of the world special, whatever you want to call it. That's all I got for you. Hope you enjoyed. Be safe, watch your six. Out for now.